The book of Deuteronomy is a cornerstone in the Hebrew Bible and the Old Testament. The name Deuteronomy means second law, suggesting renewal. God's teachings, first given at Mount Sinai, are restated. Deuteronomy is presented as Moses' final words to the Israelites. They stand on the edge of the promised land, Canaan. Moses, their leader for 40 years, will not enter with them. His words carry immense weight and urgency for the future. The primary purpose of Deuteronomy is to remind the Israelites of their covenant with God. Moses urges the people to remain faithful. Obedience to God's laws will bring blessings and life. Disobedience will lead to curses and hardship. This theme of choice and consequence runs through the book. These laws were fundamental to shaping their identity. They provided a blueprint for their social structure. Deuteronomy sought to create a holy people, distinct and dedicated to their God. The laws covered worship, justice, and community life. They aimed to build a society rooted in divine instruction. Deuteronomy chapter 25 presents various laws addressing justice in legal disputes. For instance, the number of lashes in a flogging is limited to preserve dignity. The chapter includes rules about protecting the vulnerable. These regulations aim to maintain order and compassion. One notable law is the law of levirate marriage. If a man died childless, his brother was to marry the widow to provide an heir. Another law demands fair weights and measures in trade. Honesty in business was considered a divine command. Deuteronomy chapter 26 shifts focus to worship and gratitude. It details rituals for offering first fruits and tithes. When presenting first fruits, Israelites recited their history, recalling God's deliverance from Egypt. The giving of tithes supported the Levites and the poor. Chapter 27 outlines a significant ceremonial event. The Israelites were instructed to set up large stones with the law of God written on them. They were to build an altar on Mount Ebal. From Mount Ebal, curses were proclaimed for disobedience. From Mount Gerizim, blessings for obedience were implicitly understood. This powerful ritual impressed the covenant's terms upon the people. These practices reinforced shared values and mutual accountability. The laws in Deuteronomy share features with other legal codes of the ancient Near East. For example, the Code of Hammurabi from Babylon also details laws on property rights, family law, and personal injury. However, Israelite law was uniquely framed within a covenant relationship with Yahweh. This gave the laws a strong religious and moral dimension. The social structure of ancient Israel heavily influenced these laws. It was primarily an agrarian society with people living in tribes and extended family units. Many laws reflect the concerns of this way of life. For instance, laws about land ownership and harvesting were crucial. The emphasis on community helped maintain social cohesion. The religious context is perhaps the most important. For the Israelites, these laws were divine commands from God. This belief set Israelite law apart from its neighbors. The laws were part of their sacred covenant. Obeying them was an act of loyalty to Yahweh. Justice, compassion, and holiness were all intertwined. Interpreting these ancient laws today requires careful thought. Understanding the world in which they were written is essential. A strong emphasis on justice and fairness runs through these laws. This is evident in the rules for resolving disputes. The limit on flogging in Deuteronomy chapter 25 aimed to prevent degrading punishment. The requirement for honest weights and measures promotes fairness. These laws sought to create a level playing field in society. Family and communal responsibility were highly valued principles. The law of levirate marriage was a crucial way to care for the widow. The system of tithes ensured support for religious personnel and the needy. Honesty and integrity, especially in economic life, were paramount. Dishonesty in trade was seen as an abomination to God. Economic justice was a key component of righteousness. The concept of collective responsibility is also prominent. The ceremony of curses and blessings on Mount Ebal and Gerizim involved everyone. The entire community affirmed its commitment to the covenant. They acknowledged the consequences of obedience and disobedience together. The command to remember Amalek was a collective duty. It shaped their understanding of justice and national identity. These practices reinforced shared values and mutual accountability. Comparing ancient laws with modern standards reveals differences. Some laws from Deuteronomy seem alien to us. Practices like levirate marriage aren't in modern Western law. Certain punishments seem harsh today. Recognize the vast cultural distance. Societies operate with different frameworks. Direct application of ancient rules is rarely possible, yet underlying ethical principles resonate. The pursuit of justice remains central. Fairness in commerce is still relevant. Think of modern consumer protection laws. Concern for social welfare continues. Societies still grapple with supporting those in need. Accountability, both individual and communal, endures. Ancient texts explored fundamental human concerns. Modern societies strive for similar ethical goals. The methods change, but aspirations for justice persist. These themes echo from the ancient world into our own.